What?
So unfunny, it's funny.
Should I start? I could ask you a question.
Okay, a serious one?
Started. Yeah.
Okay.
I noticed, Libby, oh God, during the meeting,
Yeah.
when that guy started praising the town, you got a little, you started to.
Oh, when the auditor was praising the town.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a tear in my eye at that.
You were getting it, you were beaming.
I was so emotional.
Why?
No. Yes, I was beaming. Who doesn't want to hear that their town is great? Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, but I mean, do you think you're responsible for its greatness?
Obviously.
I knew it.
No, of
See, I
course
thought you were
not.
going to give the credit
course
to the
not.
finance.
I did.
bucket.
I did. I said finance director, Brian and his
You just
staff. No, at the meeting I did.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about right now.
Oh, no.
Between me and you.
It's just between me and you. It's obviously all me.
All right.
Okay. All right. Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, town manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. We had a kind of a medium meeting this week, I would say. We started out with some announcements. It's Emergency Medical Services Week this week, so thank your local EMTs. They do a great job. We also had a quick overview, reminder, more accurately, from the fire chief that we are starting to work on an advanced life support ambulance service program. Right now we have what's called basic life support. We've negotiated with our fire union to move to advanced, which is what most towns have. So there's a lot of training that has to happen now, and we've started to budget for it, and so that's great. Let's see, the board is going to be reviewing its strategic planning effort at our meeting on June 20th. We're trying to keep our agenda light so that they can give a good comprehensive presentation about that. We do not have a board meeting next week. Tobias Glidden was present at the meeting. Normally I don't say anything about public comment, but this was interesting and we should keep an eye on it. Vineyard Wind has been awarded one of the sites off the vineyard in Nantucket for a wind farm. And it was in the Boston Globe yesterday, I think, or the day before. So pay attention to that because that's going to be something we want to
When do they start
keep
that?
apprised
When
of.
do they actually
It said
get
in the newspaper article they hope to start construction, I believe, at the end of 2019, and it looks like they moved right along with their permitting.
Yep.
So we'll keep an eye on
How
that.
big are that? Do we know?
I can't remember how many turbines.
Lots of them, though, right?
Lots of them, like maybe over 100. I should not even say. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I don't remember how many.
You may not know.
The steamship rep was present, and the Nantucket one, and he spoke about steamship operations and issues. And every now and then, that was interesting.
Always
actually.
interesting.
Yes, there's a lot more to that operation than people realize. And
how important it is for
yeah, I
us
thought it was interesting when he was saying, in the paper, it's been not our paper, other papers. They've really hammered in on how many trips have been canceled between the islands. It's 549 or something like that, around there. But what is the total number of trips between the islands? Tens of thousands.
Yeah.
So 500 sounds like a big number,
Yeah, right.
500-ish.
Right.
But in the grand scheme of things,
Exactly.
it's not that big of a number.
Listen, it's sailing. You're on the ocean. It's
And
safety
you're
first.
an island, and
We can live.
yeah.
I mean, how many boats do we actually need coming here anyway, Libby?
Well, see, that's the other thing that
Exactly.
people we have too many people here.
We do.
But we want to go off island and we want more boats.
Right.
There's too
No.
many people and there's not.
Can't have it all.
Can't have it all. Okay. Anyway, our auditor was here. He gave us an overview of the fiscal 17 audit, which actually ended about a year ago. But the report, we've had issues getting him scheduled, so he just came in.
That was
He
very
comes in around now.
interesting, too.
It was very interesting, especially all that part about how much improved town operations are. He was
Oh.
so impressed with
I saw
with
you.
everything.
You were beaming.
I was beaming.
And Brian, when he came by me while I was filming, I said, okay, now, I had been asking that guy since he got here to go for a driver.
Oh yeah, he told me he's really nervous about it.
Well, he is going to do it, though.
Yeah, he's going to do it.
Great.
Anyway,
He'll be great.
we have come a long way, and with the leadership of Brian Turbot, our finance director, and his staff, they've done an amazing job bringing us to where we need to be
Because
and beyond.
what was our problem what was it,
We
about
had-
5 years ago?
It was a little more than that, but we had outstanding audits that spanned multiple fiscal years. We had a lot of internal control issues, and for the most part, except for some minor issues, which every town has, we're clean.
All right.
And anyway, so that was
I've got a lot
great.
of questions, but I'm not going to ask them now to you.
No,
I'm
don't
gonna
ask me
them
now.
to him.
We had a really interesting presentation from a doctor. That young man was a doctor,
Oh, yeah.
right, from MIT. And he gave a presentation about a project the Board of Health is looking into about genetically altering mice to combat tick-borne diseases. The presentation is online, and if you are interested in it, you can go to the town website and locate it, but also there's a website called responsivescience.org. You can go to that. They've got a bunch of different projects on there, but you can find this one and read about it. And one of the things I noticed that he said was they really, really want to get public input on this. There are a lot of questions about it. They really want to hear from the public about concerns, comments, anything. So if you're interested in this, please go to that.
So, but I was a little confused, Libby. Maybe you can explain it. He said that if we got rid of all the deer, every deer, we probably wouldn't have Lyme disease anymore. But he was talking about mice. So is it the mice? We don't get them from mice, we get them from the deer?
We get it from the ticks. And
Yeah, I know,
the mice infect, the ticks infect the mice.
See? I didn't get
Okay,
it.
Gino,
I know, but what-
don't put this part on.
He
'cause-
said that, and I'm like,
Well,
well,
you gotta-
it's the mice that we gotta get rid of and not the deer. I
Well,
don't get it.
either way,
That's
if they
my
were
question.
both gone, we probably wouldn't have any ticks.
If we what?
If they were both gone, we probably wouldn't have any ticks, deer and mice, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, now that you're going into it so deeply, I can't really, I'm becoming confused about
I
where
didn't
it all
get
comes
the deer
from.
the whole deer thing. I was confused, I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
So you were too? It didn't-
well,
it
I
wasn't just me.
actually, I wasn't confused then, but now you're
Well, what's with the deer
intentionally
then?
confusing me now.
If it's mice
They're
that carry it.
involved in the process.
All right, all
They're
right.
involved, okay?
All right.
Why else do we always want to get rid of them all?
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, well, there's something to
But
it.
all he did was talk about mice. He didn't
Well,
talk.
because I think if you get rid of the mice, you get rid of the ticks, and then it doesn't matter about the deer, unless they're eating your garden.
Right.
Anyway, it was really interesting, and I mean, personally, the term genetically altering scares me a bit, but he was a really good presenter. He's explained it very well.
Well, I guess the trial will start on a small island first. Like, could it be on Muskegon?
Well, that's what I jotted down to myself, Muskegon. I don't
Possibly.
know. I don't know.
And
Maybe.
see what happens.
But it's years away. They've got more testing that they're doing and all that, and it's got to go through a much broader, federal review and state review and local, and so it's years away. I feel like there's something on my face. Is there?
No,
I feel like there's a bug in here.
nothing.
Sometimes there is a bug in here and nobody tells me, and it's really ugly. Okay, we did some finance matters and some real estate matters, and we had our first public hearing for our committee application. So right now it's committee application time of year. Most of the terms of the committees, of the appointed committees, boards, and commissions expire June 30th. So we are seeking applicants for open seats, and we've had a number of people apply, not flooded with applications
No.
for things, not
Which
flooded.
is unusual, right?
Well, not totally.
No.
We
You think
we
it's
always
the time of year, Libby, too.
maybe we need more people to get engaged and involved and volunteer. Go on the town website if you're interested. There's lots of information on it. We had our first public hearing for the applications last week.
Does
We have
one
another one.
board stand out that we really need?
I think Council on Aging and Council for Human Services were ones that had a lot of openings and hardly any applicants. Not enough applicants, anyway. The next public hearing is on June 6th, and the board makes its final appointments on June 27th. Okay, we also talked about the October 10th special town meeting timeline. Mark your calendars, we're having a special town meeting on October 10th. The primary reason for this is going to be something to do with marijuana. We had a forum earlier in the week about recreational marijuana, which is now legal, subject to state approvals and local approvals for locations. We, Town of Nantucket, have a moratorium on recreational sales through December 2018. The idea behind that was to make sure that the state regulations were final before we finalized any zoning bylaws. So we approved that moratorium at a special town meeting last November. And the idea was that once the state regs came out, which happened at the end of March, we would review our zoning and other general bylaws to see how much more, if how much more we would like to regulate it. So there are things that towns can do, like limit the number of establishments, regulate the licensing process, local things like that. Some of this requires a ballot vote. So here, because Nantucket voted yes on question 4 in 2016 to legalize recreational marijuana, we are a community that is required to have a ballot vote in addition to a town meeting vote if we wish to limit the number of establishments. So the board has been trying to seek public input, community feedback on what it thinks about limiting the number of establishments or any other bylaws relating to this. Do we want to change the zoning bylaw? Right now, there's a fairly limited area where recreational establishments would be allowed. There's a map online about this. And we talked at a recent forum about maybe the cultivation growers' businesses could be in a different zone. That could be more of an expanded zone, possibly. That's some feedback that we heard. So we had this forum earlier in the week. Only about 20 people attended, and that included some staff. So we really are looking for feedback. We have the Chamber of Commerce and the radio station are sponsoring a non-town sponsored forum because we don't want to be, we don't want to look like the town is pushing a particular agenda. They're trying to get objective feedback. So there's another forum on Monday, June 4th at 6 at the Athenaeum. Scratch that, at the Nantucket Inn. And we hope to get public input there. It is not going to be, I don't think, last I heard, is not going to be televised because sometimes people are uncomfortable being televised with stuff like this. So it's not going to be televised, and we're hoping that more people will come.
Because all the potheads are going to come out of the woodwork.
They might.
And they don't want people knowing.
Don't be afraid. You're kind of legal now.
I think they're aware of that.
Yeah, I would
Hey,
hope so.
let me ask you this. Is it possible that we could allow people to grow it and sell it at the farmer's market?
I don't think
That's a
they'd
good
be.
place for
Yeah, I
that.
don't think they'd be able to sell it at the farmer's market. You need to. No, that wouldn't work.
That
you need
zoning
to,
would be wrong for that.
The zoning would be wrong, and you have to, in order to sell it to the public, you have to go through this state process, and you have to have an establishment.
Oh, I gotcha.
So no,
All
that
right.
won't work.
All right.
But
You can
now,
grow it yourself.
right now, you can grow up to 6 plants per person in your household, residents of the household. You have to actually live there all the time. It can't be like your summer home. And you can, trade back and forth between your friends, I think. Double check that. I don't really know what I'm talking about there either.
Why not?
Do you know, I can't know absolutely everything. I try,
I figured
but I
you would
can't
have
know
known
it
a little
all.
bit about marijuana.
I do, I just said, I knew a little. I don't know it all.
Is that because like in the old days when you were, in the 80s?
A lot of stuff happened in the 80s.
We don't want
I don't
to
even remember it. It's too long ago. There's a lot of information on the town website about this. So if you're interested in it, please go and check it out. So that's what's going on there. We don't have a meeting next week, as I mentioned.
Oh,
so,
we don't?
No.
Right, I'm sorry.
5th Wednesday.
Right.
I went on I finally did something fun this morning.
Okay.
I went on some people might not think this was fun, but it's fascinating. I went on a field trip with our sewer director, David Gray. We looked at all of the current sewer projects. We went to Shimo and looked at the sewer, and Monomoy, looked at the sewer project there. We went to this Surfside treatment plant. There's a upgrade project going on out there. We went to Meadowview. We went to Somerset. We went to Marsh Hawk. We went to, where else did we go? To the C Street pump station. I can't even remember where else we went, but we went all over the place, Vesper Lane, and looked at what's going on with sewers.
Did
It was
the
fascinating.
Shimo, did they dig that already?
Yeah.
That's already dug and everything?
Yes, now there are other things that need to be, so the lines are in, the sewer lines in the
Yeah.
roads, but now what needs to be finished up is the pump stations. That's not done yet, and then people will be able to connect. They're not actually connected
I see.
right at the moment. So that was really interesting. And when we got back downtown to go over and look at C Street, we
That's
saw people
really interesting.
pouring off the boat.
Oh, yes? Kids,
Pouring
kids
off the boat, if
with-
you know what I
with
mean.
cases of beer.
Yeah.
It's
There was
that
some. I
weekend.
didn't see a lot of that, actually. I did not see that much of that. What I saw was pretty tame. College kids, but they looked pretty tame
Of course.
now. They just got off a rocky boat.
Exactly. It's gonna get wild around here.
I don't know.
You're
if it's
going out
gonna be
this
that way.
weekend, Libby?
Uh,
Down at the gazebo? Will you have a chance to see
yeah,
you down there?
I'll probably be down at the gazebo. Yeah, won't you be down there?
Oh, if you're going, I'm going.
Yeah, well, if you were going to go, if I could be guaranteed that you were going to be there, I might think about it. But actually, what I'm trying to do is work in my yard. I got a lot of yard work to do. And it might rain on Sunday.
I saw that. No.
No.
I don't want that.
No, I need warm, it's time for warm, nice
It really
weather.
is now.
Yeah.
That's
But
nice.
you never know. Things happen over the weekend, so we'll see. All right, thanks very much. See you next time.